Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Power Book 4, Force, Season 1, Episode 9. I'm over the show. But we're going to get through this review, you guys. Let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, so the show opens with Victor. He's in the hospital and he's catatonic. He's just standing there. Got a couple little scrapes and everything, but definitely did not bear the brunt of that attack. Okay, Walter comes in there. He says, "Hello, Victor." And Victor says, "She's dead now. Are you happy? I know you find this hard to believe, son, but I am not happy that she's gone." But believe him when he tells you he was not trying to have Gloria, he was not trying to see Gloria dead. And so Victor was like, "It was the Serbs. I'm going to get them." And Walter tells him, "No, it wasn't just the Serbs. It was Tommy Egan." And Victor was like, no. Tommy came to the house and was trying to get me and Gloria, to get out of town. And it was you that wanted her gone. What? You think that I would put you through this torture? See my son's heart ripped out of his chest. Walter was putting that shit on, laying it on thick. And Walter sits there and lets Victor think that Tommy had set this whole thing up because Tommy was jealous that Gloria chose him over Tommy, okay? Even though Gloria was fine with sticking around for Tommy, and Tommy was the one that cut the shit off. Of course, Walter and Victor don't know that, but Walter's gonna use that anyway, okay? And Victor, I'm still just sitting there like, okay, I'm gonna give Victor a pass because he is super emotional right now, and maybe he can't think clearly, okay? So I'm just sitting there, I'm getting annoyed though. So Walter tells them, Tommy, Egon, and all those fucking Serbs, whoever played a part in this whole attack, they fixing to get buried. Every single one of them, okay? And of course, Victor, he's just sitting there, he getting more and more pumped up about this whole thing. Somebody got to pay his baby dead. Now we see Tommy is texting him like, "Hey, did you guys get out of town? I still haven't heard from you, hit me back." But of course, Victor is not returning the text. Anyways, Tommy goes to the drop place for the money, and we got nephew working in there. He's now the hood accountant, okay? And he tells Tommy that we about 18% up, as far as the money coming in than we was last week. And Tommy was like, "Are you just rounding that shit off?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's like 18.425. And he was like, "See, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. Like that brain that you have. Okay, you remind me of somebody else that I used to know, could do these same kind of numbers, but he was working these streets and now he's dead. Like, you are too smart basically to be out here doing this kind of shit. Like, you need to be making something, good with your life instead of running these streets." And the boy was just like, "Yeah, but that's all I know is running these streets. What else is he supposed to do?" So Tommy is already trying to give him the uncle advice, okay? Later on, he meets with Liliana, and Liliana was like, "What's going on with you?" Kind of already just read by the expression on Tommy's face. That's how hooked up, that's how connected these two are, you guys. She could tell something's going on with him. He was like, "Girl, I'm on the clock. Everything good," okay? But they supposed to be having this drop with Claudia. It should be happening just about right now. And speaking of the princess, we see Claudia. She is at the club. Remember, that's her territory of the clubs. And she's out in the car waiting for her girl to come out and give her the money. So the girl comes out, and I was like, fuck, that girl looked just like Claudia. I mean, she looked just like her. I was just like, this is crazy. So the girl gets in the car, and, she gives her the money. And she was like, "I've been watching you." And the girl was like, "Oh, I like being watched." And, next thing we know that Claudia's kissing herself in the car. Okay, and get the rubbing on her leg like something fixing to go down. And then her phone goes off and it says Da. And she answers the phone and Da was like, "Victor's been shot. Come home now." So she was like, "Oh, I gotta go. Get out of the car. Okay, get out of the fucking car now." Well, why we can't just be like, "Girl, I'll see you later"? Why everybody gotta be so rude and every child? Anyway, she rushes home and she walks in the door and she was just, how's Victor? "He's a good boy. He was covered in Gloria's blood." And of course, Walter's gonna use this opportunity, whatever he can use, to bring his wayward children back into the fold. He was like, "It's a fucking tragedy. It seems our girl Gloria didn't quite make it out as well as Victor did. So I'm not really sure how I'm reading Claudia right now. You know, she's just sort of like, where's my brother? Let me talk to him. And so when she goes and sits down with him, you know, he was just like, Tommy Egan is behind this. And she was just like, what, Tommy? Like, no, that's not how he would move. I mean, I don't know him that well or anything, but if I did, I would think, you know, he had plenty of opportunities to kill Tommy. And I mean, kill Victor. And he was just like, no, he came to my house and he told me to leave town and he gave me a car and told me to take back roads and all of this. And so she was just sort of listening to him like, okay. And he was just like, you know, he set it up so that the Serbs. And I was just like, this is such flawed, stupid thinking, because that's how maybe you can tell that these kids are not from the streets. Because if Tommy wanted to kill you, he could have been and killed you. Why would he go about the roundabout way of trying to get into a partnership with you? Does anybody forget that you guys pulled out of the partnership? Tommy wanted us all to work together, okay? He set up this whole thing. Y'all went out and got the Serbs and everything. Why would he go through all of this? He could have just shot you and been with your bitch and moved on with his life. But now you sitting here saying that, you know, he didn't win and he didn't told the Serbs where he was going and set him up and all of this. You didn't even do what he told you to do. So how would he be able to set you up by telling the Serbs that you was going to be on these back roads when your motherfucking ass ain't on the damn back road? So he's sitting there telling her about this, and Claudia's trying to kind of get him to see the logic and where he's thinking like this is not really making any sense. And of course, then here comes Walter, because Walter can't let Claudia sit and talk to Victor too long if she gonna be on this shit. Walter, Tommy is too smart to get his hands dirty. And Claudia the whole time is just sort of like, I don't know about this. And this is not a team to sit on the fence, girl. You need to make your decision. You're either with us or against us. And of course, Claudia always got that like shocked look on her face. I was just like, oh God, why is this all getting on my nerves so bad today, you guys? Now, jumping back over to Liliana, her and Tommy are talking, and she tells Tommy that she heard that Victor got hit. And he was like, fuck, like, is he okay? So she tells him this whole full story about how he was at the hospital and all of that. But long story short, yes, he's fine. Okay, you could have started off with that. Okay, was there a girl with him? And she said, well, she didn't hear anything about a girl. And he's like, phew. And she was just like, oh, is this girl somebody you knew well? And he was like, yeah, somebody he used to kick it with. Okay, but that's Victor's girl. He was just like, I was trying to get them out of town, you know, get them safe. And she was just like, yeah, well, the Serbs did that. And he was just like, yeah, I don't think so. So I think he's thinking that Walter did it. Now, jumping over to brother JP, he is at the house. Why would I saw his father walk out the room for a second? I thought that was Cedric the Entertainer. It's just like, now y'all mean to tell me Cedric the Entertainer, his daddy? When he was in the shadows, you know. But anyway, when he came out, you know, the daddy was talking to him. And JP was so disappointed because he had called Kate. And the daddy was like, and what did you say to her? And he says, well, I just told her that Miriam had died and that I was her son, and then I hung up. So he looked kind of disappointed that she didn't say all of the things like, oh my God, son, you know, I've been thinking about you. I think about you all the time. I'm so sorry. You know, first of all, Kate is not that kind of woman. His father was just like, yeah, you're not going to probably get the things out of Kate that you feel like you need. So, you know, JP is feeling down on himself. That motherfucking Tommy told your hard-headed ass not to call her. All that woman do is create heartache. JP was just like, well, that's okay. All right, she can be away if she want to, but now he know for a fact that he gonna find his son Darnell and he gonna be in his life. Now, the next day, Claudia's leaving and she was just like, okay, daddy, I'll be back. Okay, see you later. And he was just like, wait a minute, Claudia. I'm putting together a war room and I want you to be there. And she was just like, oh, really? What's changed? Almost losing my son twice made me realize how much, that was Jamaican, made me realize how much my children mean to me. Now I need you both by my seed. That's why seed, y'all. Child, he was just like, please let me be your daddy. Let me be here for you. Okay, and she was looking, you know, with that look. She was, that's all I've ever wanted. She kind of hugs him or whatever, and then he says, please do me one favor. Keep an eye on Victor. Don't let him get anywhere near Tommy Egan. Because Walter gonna get him and the Serbs. Okay, Tommy Egan and the Serbs. But I'm sitting there thinking like, yeah, he don't want Tommy to talk to Victor because he knows that Tommy will explain to him exactly why he felt like, So Walter is just really weaving this whole story together. Okay. And she was just like, of course, Daddy. Okay, I won't let anybody, let him out of my sight. The only people that matter to me are in this house. And, he was just like, very good, very good. So then he goes to take some coffee to Victor. How did you sleep? And Victor says, of course, he didn't sleep at all. Now, Victor's all loyal now. I know we've been through some shit together, but that's all behind us now. I'm loyal, whatever, we got to do. That's what we going to do. That's good because family always has your back. Family always forgives your transgressions. Child, I can't get it today. I was like, oh my God. You guys, I tell you, that Walter was feeding Victor so much shit. I was like, where the hell is Paulie? Why is Paulie not around to get control of this shit here? And so when Walter comes out of the room from talking to Victor, then there is Paulie. I said, I knew he had to be showing up soon. Paulie asked Walter, how's he doing? And, Walter was just like, hi, he's fine. He's a flea and he'll be fine. Okay? Not all worried like he was making it seem to Claudia. Like, he'll get over it. But he tells him how he plans on annihilating the Serbs and Tommy. And he was like, Tommy? Paulie was like, Tommy ain't got nothing to do with this. And he was just like, you know what? Like I said, we ain't got time to be splitting hairs. Tommy and the Serbs gotta go. He's about to bring the hellfire. And Paulie was like, listen, if you hit back, we're going to have the biggest war, and we don't even have the manpower for it. Walter can't worry about that. Walter got other plans, Paulie, and I don't feel like hearing no fucking lecture from you about how this is not going to work. You ain't fixing to try to hit my kids twice and think you're going to get away with it. Walter about to bring the pain. Now, child, everybody making these calls and can't get through to nobody, honey. JP, we see him trying to call his mother Kate one more time, and honey, she got the phone disconnected. I was like, womp, 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 womp. Then we see Tommy. Tommy is trying to call Gloria, and her voicemail's picking up. He's like, fuck, okay? As more and more he don't hear from her, he's kind of feeling like something wrong happened. But anyways, he got business to take care of, so he's at the lab, okay? And everybody's there. It's payday, so he pays the chemist, Liliana, I guess, and JP. And then, JP was like, man, I thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. He's finally, can pay his bills or whatever. And Tommy was like, good, now you can go on somewhere else. And he was like, no, he's not ready to leave. He want to continue working so he can just get a little nest egg, a little cushion, feel a little comfortable in his newfound riches. And Tommy was just like, yeah, I don't really want you to be doing this. And he was just like, I feel safe here. I can be here and work. And so, I got a certain number in my head, and that's what we need to try to get to. So Tommy was like, fine, we're going to get to the number, and then we'll put you in somewhere else. Later on, brothers, because he feeling so good, and him and Tommy having a conversation. I might have to move locations. I feel like there's a bunch of people coming in the house. I hate doing videos on the weekend. It's just too much movement in my house. Anyway, brother tells Tommy, I need to talk to you. I just wanted to tell you something. And Tommy's like, I want to tell you something too. Well, JP first, I called Kate. You did what? This is not going to go well. I called Kate and I told her that Miriam, you don't know what you fucking did. Why would you call her? You just opened the gates. So Tommy is like pissed. And he was just like, well, I just did what I thought was right. He said, you did what you thought was right for you. And child, that Tommy was like, I said, brother, you better be glad you blood right now. Because I think Tommy would have fucked you up had he not been your brother. Now let's jump over to the black cop that's being hustled by the white cop. Both of them are dirty cops. And, the black cop that works for the Flynn's. So the white cop is telling him like, yeah, I know I told you, 50,000 in such and such a time, but I'm gonna need that shit by the end of the week on Friday. And the black cop was like, there's no way that I can get that money to you. 20,000, maybe 30,000. But yeah, he can't get 50 to him. Listen, you gonna get that 50 to me, or I'm gonna have to let everybody in the department know, what you doing. All right. You gonna be in trouble. Your sister's not going to be able to get the care that she needs. Like, yeah, you going to get that 50 to me if you can. He didn't put the pressure on the black cop. And talking about applying pressure, we see Paulie go and pick up the heavyweights at the private airport. Okay, and they all got these big ass suitcases and shit. I'm assuming that there's weaponry in there, and they're redhead and everything, so I'm figuring that they are Irish. And I was like, oh, that Walter is not playing. All right, so when Tommy is talking to Liliana, Liliana always got her ears to the street. And so she tells him that she feels that she's heard that the Irish mob is here. All right. And Tommy was like, fuck, what? Walter must really believe that the Serbs did it. So Tommy can't worry about that. That's Walter's and the Serbs and the Irish mob's fight. My whole thing is Liliana got all her fucking ear to the street, but ain't nobody told her that Tommy's head is also on that damn platter, that they about to try to come after him. I was just like, how you hearing all this stuff, but Tommy's name ain't coming up? I was just sitting there like, oh, God. Now, we see Nephew is out on the streets and he sees his homeboy Marshall, and Marshall is like, I'm sorry about what I did. I cut you off. I know that wasn't right. Whatever. You can hit me, so that we can get back on good terms or whatever. Of course, Nephew ain't gonna hit him. That's his homeboy. They done grew up together or whatnots. Evidently, Marshall done fell out with CBI. I don't even remember what happened. It'd be so much shit that happened on these shows. Like, why is he not in? Did Jannard and old boy from the Shy cut him off or something? I don't even remember. Marshall was just like, fuck them, we can go and do this whole business. He trying to run with Nephew again, and Nephew was like, I got a good idea, what, we can do this, that, and the other. Come talk to me, come listen to me, I got a plan. I was like, Nephew, you about to mess some shit up. Then we see that damn Jannard, and we see him talking to the Shy about Tommy and how he got them wrapped up with the Serbs and all of this shit. He tells him how Tommy is the reason why all this shit is so fucked up right now. And, he about sick of his damn brother Diamond, who can't think straight whenever that white boy in the room. He's saying all this shit. I've been playing him real close, I'm playing the long game, but, I'm going to overthrow Diamond now. While he down there talking to the Shy, Diamond walks into the room upstairs, and he overhears them. Basically he gonna overthrow him, and he been making him think that he on his team when he really not, and all this. And Diamond is just so hurt upstairs, like, wow, is this really my brother sitting up here talking to this nigga that just got out of jail about overthrowing me? So Diamond doesn't say anything, but he just gets to work. And so when Jannard and the Shy come up the stairs and they see Diamond, this the cat and the canary, they both looking like, like, oh brother, I didn't know you was up here. And Diamond was like, I didn't know y'all was down there. Kind of smiling, just still trying to make it seem like everything's okay. But Jannard and the Shy, they don't really know. They both kind of just like, did this nigga just hear what we was talking about? Diamond plays it along, him and his brother, I love you, brother. Okay, I love you, man, too. And they hug it out. But Jannard is looking at Diamond like, oh shit. And Diamond's just looking like he's heartbroken. And Jannard and the Shy leave out. Now, Tommy finally catches up with Claudia, because I don't know if I told you guys, but he had told Liliana how Claudia had ghosted him. She ain't been answering the phone and all, and we in a business together. Like, why is she not staying in touch? So he finally is able to catch up with Claudia. Okay, damn bitch, where you been? And she was just like, I had a family emergency. He was like, yeah, I heard the Serbs hit Victor. Oh, how's he doing? And she said, he's cool. He's doing fine. It was like, maybe you set him up. He was just like, what? Why would I set him up? I was trying to get them out of town. I gave him my car and told him, to take it, that it was untraceable, and told him to take the back roads and everything. I was trying to protect him. So Claudia just sort of looking at him like she don't know what to believe. He asked her, how's Gloria? And she was just like, yeah, Gloria wasn't so lucky. Tommy is just like, oh. She's still looking at him. He was like, who told you that I set Victor up? Okay, was it your father? And so she's just looking at him, and she says, well, it doesn't matter right now. And he was just like, all I'm going to say is you need to consider the source. He turns around and he walks out, and she was just telling him that he needed to watch his back. I was like, Claudia, you have to know that Tommy ain't tried to kill your brother. If he wanted to kill him, he'd have been killed him. Meanwhile, back at the shop, Diamond is trying to handle his business, and here come the black cop, all desperate and shit, got a gun on him, holding him up basically. And Diamond was just like, wait, what the fuck is going on here? Oh, you gonna give me this $50,000, and maybe you won't die. So Diamond was just like, all right, just like chill out, just cool down, it's okay. Okay, take me to the safe. All right, I'm gonna take you to the safe. Okay. So Diamond is trying to talk him off the ledge. Once he gets the safe open, he back up, and the black cop get the gun out the safe, just make sure that don't nothing go left here. And then, Diamond is trying to tell him how they a lot alike, and the cop was like, we nothing alike. And, Diamond is telling him how we don't want to see any more black men, dead. And also, anyway, Diamond is trying to talk logically to the guy. And so Diamond was just like, how much money you need? And the black cop was like, 100,000. I guess he looked in that safe and was just like, oh, I can get a little extra. Okay, yeah, motherfucker, you better start working for the extra. So Diamond pulls out 150,000. He said, there go 150 G's for you right there. Okay, nigga, because you was looking real nervous. Obviously, you need this money more than I do. I guess this is Diamond's way of reaching out to the community, okay? Paying off the fucking dirty cops. Diamond, I'm gonna need you to figure out which side you want to be on. Do you want to be the drug dealer, or do you want to be a community activist? We cannot be both. And I guess this is the crossroads that Diamond has found himself at now. So we see him, he's at the diner in his favorite booth with his favorite girl. And she can tell that he's distracted, something's going on, and he just tells her that, some shit happened with a person earlier that day that he thought he knew, and now he don't know what the hell to think. So she starts to try to give him some advice about some shit, child, I don't know. Basically telling him that he's a work in progress, there's things happen. He says, that's how you gonna write about me in the story. I said, wait a minute, you guys still doing a story? This is stupid, because Diamond, you ain't legit right now. You kind of dancing around with the other side. You still fucking around with these drugs. Your brother is still, CBI is still very much in effect. You dating a reporter who's still writing a story on your life, and you want to bring attention to yourself. Like, this is, no. This is attention that you just do not need. But, I guess Diamond I guess he know better than I do. It don't seem like he needs this kind of attention anyway. But you know what? He love his girl, or I won't say love, but he really likes his girl, and she seems to be supportive enough, child, I guess. While he there with her at the diner, Tommy goes to the window and kind of just like shakes his head, like, come out here. So he was like, you know what, I got to make a call. I'll be right back. So he goes outside, and Tommy was just like, oh, the Irish mob is here, and I need some people. I need manpower. It's about to be a war. And Diamond was like, slow your roll. Okay, now I done got into some shit with you with the Serbs already once. All right, I'm not fixing to get into nothing bigger with you. The Irish mob here, that is some heat that I know I don't want. I'm not going back to jail for you or anybody else. So you know what? I can't be a part of this. I'm sorry. Tommy was like, well, I just thought I would ask. Okay, I guess it don't ever hurt to ask, because you either gonna get a yes or a no. It was a no this time. So Tommy leaves there, and Tommy goes to the Serbs. Now, this is also stupid. Okay, because Mirkovic has been wanting to get to Tommy ever since he killed old girl at the airport that day. But now Tommy can just walk in and see Mirkovic, and he's like, Tommy Egan, what can I do you for? I was just like, Tommy ain't got no backup. He just so big and bad, he could just walk into the enemy. Like, you done killed a whole bunch of Serbs. You done fucked up the pipeline. All of this, but you could just walk. I was just like, oh my God, I'm not even a street bitch, and I know better than this, you guys. So anyway, he sit down, and Tommy was like, you need to know that some people is coming after you, and also that Tommy needs an army of people. Okay, and so Mirkovic was like, well, I can get that army to you, but it's gonna cost you $1.5 million. Done. Okay, all right. Now, who's coming after me? Tommy tells him that Walter Flynn is coming, even though I'm figuring that Mirkovic could probably figure that out already, right? But I guess it's nothing like confirmation. So Walter Flynn is coming after you. Okay. Hey, listen, I'm going to give you extra $500,000 if you tell me who hit Gloria. Okay. Victor. All right. But Gloria got hit, and she didn't deserve to die. So Mirkovic, tells him who it was, basically. And the man happens to be security right there. And Tommy gets up and shoots him in the face. Kills him. All right. Y'all playing in our faces. You playing in our fucking faces. You really want us to believe that this man is going to be able to do all of this? Tommy is public enemy #1, and he's still walking freely in these fucking streets. Ain't got no security with him other than his damn gun in his pocket. Oh my God. Oh my God. But whatever. He goes and gets the $2 million. He goes back to Mirkovic, and he's giving Mirkovic the money. Fine. Okay. Afterwards, him and Mirkovic, we just go outside, have a little smoke and talking or whatever. And we see Claudia. Claudia, I don't know where she's going. I guess she was on her way to Mirkovich's house, bar or something. But she happens to see Tommy and Mirkovich talking outside. She just is like, she turns around and she rushes home. You were right, Daddy. Tommy is working with the Serbs. I saw him talking today with Mirkovich. Walter was like, I told you. And so now she and Vic, Victor was just like, now I'll do whatever you want me to do. Okay, no questions asked. So then Walter get to waxing poetical on him. Again, laying it extra thick. A wise man won't say that. Your only true wealth in life are your children over all the money and all the power on this earth. And Walter is rich beyond measure. He don't even need the power and the money. All he needed is Claudia and Victor. Now, let's jump back over to Marshall and nephew. Now, I didn't even realize that Marshall was actually the cousin with the Gary, Indiana people. Okay, that he was actually the reason why Jannard and them got hooked up. I remember him telling the story, but I never really understood it, so whatever. But now Marshall shows up to Gary to talk to the cousin, and the cousin was like, wait the fuck, what you doing here? You ain't got no damn nothing. You just out here trying to talk. Like, where's Jannard? Where's the shy? Like, why? And so Marshall and nephew was trying to tell him, like, you know what? Jannard ain't got shit. We the ones that got the damn black magic here, and shows him the thing. It's like, now we gonna be the distro. We gonna be the ones that get the drugs to you. Jannard and them cut out. We got all of this. Fuck CBI. They don't have no product. So Gary, Indiana, cousin was just sort of like, okay, well, listen. You come back tomorrow, you bring some more shit, and if you have it, then we can do this. But I guess Gary, Indiana must have called Jannard and told him, like, Marshall and nephew was just up here, and they said that they got the damn product. So now Jannard is pissed. And I was like, let me guess, you gonna figure out a way to tie this up with Tommy too, huh, Jannard? So once Jannard figured out that they got to connect and must be Tommy, and now he got to kill Marshall and nephew first, then he gonna get to Tommy. I was just like, oh God. Child is so tired. It's such a tired storyline. But anyway, nephew goes back to work. Tommy goes down there to drop off some more money, I presume. And the nephew was like, I gotta tell you what I did. I gotta tell you what happened. He all excited. I was like, how you just young and dumb? Okay. Anyway, he tells him how him and Marshall went to Gary, Indiana, and they took the drugs, and now they gonna be, they got some more business for Tommy. And Tommy's like, you did what? Yeah, we went and, we told them that we got the black magic and we gonna get the money and blah, 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 blah. So Tommy finally tells him how much he's fucked up. Okay, this is not what you were supposed to do. I did not put you down here to count the fucking money for you to be going and trying to make deals with Gary, Indiana with some cockeyed man, that's a cousin of Marshall's. And basically in this conversation, Tommy also tells him that he knows that he is JP's son, okay, and that JP is his brother, which means that you my nephew. So then the nephew pulls the gun out on him, and Tommy was like, and I know you not fixing to kill me because you not a killer. You couldn't even kill your own daddy that you was going and shooting up his club every 15 minutes. So the nephew, he's so overwhelmed with this information that Tommy just gave him, he runs off and he's gone. So Tommy follows him out, and he was just like, I didn't know that you was my family. That's what nephew was telling Tommy. Well, you wouldn't know that. Tommy says, I should have told you. Okay. And he didn't tell JP, but now you can tell JP. And the nephew was like, no, I'm not telling him nothing. This is going to be on you. Well, we can do it together. Okay. We're going to make this one big happy family, you guys. But before they can do that, they standing there, and the next thing you know, a big burgundy truck is just sitting right there. The motherfucker wasn't driving another. It was just sitting there. All of a sudden, they pull out their guns. Pow, 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 pow. Okay. And, Tommy pushes the boy down and shoots back, but we find out that, once again, Tommy hasn't been hit. Okay, the Liliana hit, Tommy not hit. Nephew hit, Tommy not hit. He's like, Uncle Tommy. He's Uncle Tommy now. Tommy goes over there and sees he's been hit like in the stomach area right here. So he pick him up and he rush him to the hospital. I guess he calls his brother. And his brother shows up and he sees blood all over Tommy. So then he's like, rushing to Tommy. And Tommy's like, it's okay, it's not my blood. And he says, you remember the kid that was shooting up your club all the time? And, whatever from the streets. And he was like, yeah. He says, well, that's your son. And JP was like, and you've been knowing this how long? And Tommy was like, I've been knowing it for a minute. I was just looking for the best time to tell you. And he was just like, the best time to tell me is when you first found out. Okay, now JP is pissed at Tommy. What you mad at Tommy for? Nigga, you don't even know who your own damn son is. How that's Tommy's fault? So he was just like, I gotta go in here and take care of my son. Oh, okay, Daddy. And then lastly, you guys, we see Vecta and Claudia and Walter with the Irish mob. And the Irish mob is looking at Claudia like, since when did the women get to sit down at the table with the killers and the heavy hitters? And she was like, since now. Don't worry about her. You're going to need her intelligence. Okay? It's a new day and age. Walter's making some differences, okay? Bringing a woman to the table. So Victor turns around and tells him that we're going to kill every fucking Serb in sight and we're going to kill Tommy Egan. All right? That is the assignment that you have been flown here for. And I was just like... I'm going to be glad next week is the finale. All right, you guys, let me get off of here, get these edited and up to you. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars.